Let's get back to Robinhood. Of course, the big news was the 9% of the workforce layoff that we had a few days ago, I should say. Julie Chariell, of course, at that time, senior fintech and payments analyst for Bloomberg Intelligence, joining us, sort of explaining out the why behind that as we're getting the quarterly results. What stands out to you?
A lot of things. On one hand, we have not much of a surprise, right? We knew it was going to be a tough quarter, really tough comps. Trading volumes are down, active users are down, right? We knew that was going to be pretty tough. One thing that did surprise me, though, was just how bad margins got, right? Almost cut in half from a negative 24 to like a negative 50 operating or EBITDA margin. Really dramatic change. Shows the leverage of the business. When it goes away, it really gets tough. Those layoffs were really, really key, something that they had to do. So that was harder to see. But I think right now we're looking at a period where they did a lot of things in March and April that may start to begin to help. Second quarter is another tough comp, but second half may start to get a little bit more productive for them.
Well, Julie, like you said, I mean, expectations were pretty low going into this report, and still you see the stock down as much as 10% at one point. They managed to even disappoint those low expectations. In terms of what improvements they've made, I mean, is that enough to truly turn things around? You mentioned that the second half might be a little bit better. What kind of magnitude are we talking about?
I think it's still pretty dependent on where the market stands, right? How much is volume going to come back? Stocks, options being really important for them. Crypto also being pretty important for them. At one point, it was 40% of their revenue back in the second quarter. So it's going to depend a lot on just how much the market activity cooperates. They also need to hold on to their users, right? They held on to their funded accounts, but that didn't grow in the quarter. Active users are down by 1 million. 21 million earlier last year, now it's down to 15, 16 million. So a big drop in just activity of their users. They need to get those people focused again. They need to keep them on the Robinhood platform.
Right.
We're seeing more competitors come in and pick off the shrinking amount of share that there is.
And just quickly, I am curious, I mean, if you're a Robinhood, do you try to diversify away from being so dependent on market conditions, so dependent on that trading revenue and volatility?
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be key to them, and you can't do that overnight. They did talk in their press release that they expect to roll out tax advantage, wealth management kinds of products later on this year. That's key to getting subscription revenue, right? Recurring revenue. They're not so much at the mercy of the whims of the market. They've done a few things in the last couple of months that will help as well, extended trading hours, more tokens, but there's still that big lift with wealth management.
Really appreciate your analysis.